Hey YouTube, it's your girl Onelove back again with another installment. I'm here doing a FAQ, um, just answering some of the frequently asked questions that I get. Um, I narrowed it down to 5 main questions that I get from people. Um, and let's just get started with them, okay? So, first question is, why are you going natural? Well, if you follow me on YouTube or if you are my friend on Facebook, then you know that my hair was damaged from bleach and relaxers. And I tried to bring health back to my hair, tried to revive it. And I was unsuccessful. I'll just say I was unsuccessful. I did somewhat. If I was able to put protein back into my hair, because that's what you have to do when your hair is very, very damaged. But it just became a little bit too brittle, and so then I did deep conditions and everything like that. And I had to realize that I had to completely cut out all the damage instead of trying to grow it out. I transitioned for, quote unquote, transitioned for about 3 months. I'd say about 3 months, maybe it might have been 5 months, but 3 to 5 months, I'd say. I went without a full relaxer. And I say full relaxer because I was still putting sew-ins in my hair, and I was not relaxing the back because it was braided up, but relaxing the front because I was doing partial sew-ins. So I was doing just craziness like that. So I'd say that 3 to 5 months is how long I transitioned until I got fed up and just cut out all of the damage in my hair, and I just completely had natural hair ever since October 9th of 2009. So that's pretty much why I'm going natural. As far as choices, like, I had really no choice but to just start over. And as far as continuing to be natural, I just want healthier hair. So I just want healthier hair. On top of that, and on top of learning how to maintain my hair in its natural state, and just maintaining natural, healthy, beautiful black hair. Okay, next question. What do you mean by natural? Do you not just relax your hair? And this was just another question, like, just basically, what do I mean by natural? Well, as far as I'm concerned, natural is not putting any chemicals in your hair. That's what I consider natural. And when I say that, I think of chemicals as relaxers, permanent colors. Well, not really permanent colors, because the colors, they do penetrate into your hair, but they don't break the disulfide bonds and reform them. So color is a little gray area for me, because I'm still debating if I should color my hair. And I do have vegan hair dyes that I might be able to use, but that's something that I'm going to have to research on my own. But as far as being natural, I consider natural as not putting any chemicals in your hair. Now, not putting any physical change altering chemicals in your hair. Now, as far as products and stuff like that, I'll still use regular shampoos and conditioners that you can get at stores and stuff like that, but I will make sure that I'm reading the ingredients to try to lean more towards more healthier natural products, but I'm not just putting in like oils and berries and juice, like, you know, I'm not doing stuff like that. I'm not looking for stuff like that. I'm just looking for stuff that are less harsh on my hair. And I mean, that's not to say that anyone can't do that with relaxed hair. I mean, you definitely want to look for stuff that is less harsh for your hair, whether you're natural or relaxed. But as far as that goes, when I say natural, it just means just not relaxing my hair, basically. Keeping it, taking care of it in its natural state as it grows out of my head. And that's it. Next question is, should I transition before the BC? And the BC meaning big chop. This question is pretty much to each its own. If you feel that you can transition for however long you can stand, if you want to transition as long as I did, 3 to 5 months, that's fine. If you want to just do the big chop, you can. You know, it's just up to you. Like, but you have to remember when you're transition that you're dealing with 2 different hair textures, and the point where the natural hair and the relaxed hair meet, there is a name for it. I forget the name, it slips my mind, but though that is the weakest part of your hair, so you have to be careful when taking care of your hair. You have to invest in protective styles, which we'll get into with my next question. But you can transition as long as you like, without having to do the big chop. Tongue-tied. And it doesn't have to be, regardless of how long you transition, you're going to have to do a chop. You're going to have to end up cutting that relaxed hair out. The big chop is just called the big chop because people who don't want to transition, or after their last relaxer, they'll just cut their hair really, really short, and it's considered the big chop. But no matter how long if you transition for 3 to 5 months, or if you transition for a whole year, you're still going to have to cut a good amount of your hair out. So, anyways, on to the next question. But like I said, it's up to you. Next question. Next question kind of ties into the last question, was how long did I transition, but I told you guys how long I transitioned. Another question was, what are some good hairstyles for transitioning or natural hair? This question can basically take you to the computer again. You can go on YouTube and look up. They have so many videos for different hairstyles for transitioning hair and for natural hair. Some of the most popular ones are twist outs, braid outs, wash and goes, what I have in my hair, singlies, twists, but this is considered a protective style, so But you can also, when you do it to your regular hair, it's a twist out. You can do roller sets. There's just so many things, different things you can do to your hair, and you can do exactly the same thing that you could do with relaxed hair. If you want to wear your hair wrapped, you just got to make sure that you get them them roots, baby. You get them roots real good. Invest in a good flat iron, and you'll be good to go. But like I said, you know, you can check YouTube for so many different hairstyles. They have so many. You could just take your choice. Products to use for those can also be found on YouTube. And also on my page, I show different products to use for different hairstyles. Next question. Excuse me. Let me take some water. No, that wasn't just an endorsement to Smart Water, if you were wondering. Next question. What is a good hair routine for my hair? This question, excuse me, this is another like really hard question that you're gonna have to take upon yourself to answer, depending on if your hair is transitioning or if you have natural hair. What you just have to make sure, if anything, with your hair is that you are moisturizing and sealing your cuticles. I can't stress this enough. Like, when I say moisturizing, I don't mean greasing your scalp. When I say moisturizing, I mean getting a hair moisturizer or getting a leave-in conditioner and putting it in your hair, and then putting an oil on your hair to seal your cuticles. In the book I'm reading, The Science of Black Hair, well, I finished reading it, but I still am like going back and skimming through it because it's just such a good book. But it talks about how people have been, for years, have been getting moisturizers and oil confused. If you oil your scalp or oil your hair, you're not moisturizing it to a certain extent. You're keeping the moisture in and keeping the moisture out. You have to wet your hair with water. Don't be afraid of water. And then you have to moisturize it with a conditioner, a leave-in conditioner or a moisturizer. If you do an oil-based moisturizer, that would be okay, but you have to, you know, if you're gonna do an oil-based moisturizer, you probably want to do an oil-based moisturizer like after you wash your hair. Anyway, but I don't want to get into all that. But a good hair routine for your hair, it really all depends on what you're trying to achieve for your hair. If your hair is relaxed, then you want to make sure that you're doing your deep condition protein based treatments at least every 4 to 6 weeks between your relaxers. Not saying that you should get relaxers every 4 to 6 weeks. If you're, you know, you can, then, you know, that's okay. But if you can stretch your relaxer, then you want to make sure that you're doing your protein based deep conditions as well. But you want to always make sure that you have a protein based routine shampoo and a water based shampoo, just to balance the moisture. It's called being pH balanced. Oh my god, people calling me. So, but that question, what I'll do is I can take that question and make a whole nother video with that question. So we're not even going to worry about that question too much. So if that's a question that you really want me to but that's a question, excuse me, yes, that's a question that is really I can elaborate more on. So if that's a question that you really want me to elaborate more on, then feel free to leave a comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll make another video for that, for different hair routines, depending on the state of your hair, if it's natural or if it's relaxed. That, I believe, is all the questions. So, like I said, sorry guys, I'm kind of like tired. I'm trying to hold it together, and I'm trying to get all my videos out. But like I said, guys, you can rate, comment, and subscribe. Rate, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl, Onelove.